In today's video, I'm going to explain a rule that lasts just 3 seconds. But it will definitely make people see you in a different light, because all of us have been in situations where we felt people weren't giving us the respect or appreciation we deserve, even in daily relationships. But have you ever thought that the reason isn't luck or circumstances, but that you simply don't have enough charisma? Because no matter how skilled or smart you are, you'll remain invisible to the world. People don't judge you based on your intelligence or intentions, but on your communication skills and charisma. If I wanted to explain this in the simplest way possible, I'd give you a phone as an example. Phones communicate by one device sending a signal to another, which receives it. So if the person on the sending end is sharing very important information, but the signal is weak, the message won't hold any value for the receiver. Because, quite simply, it's not being received clearly. And it's the same with us, humans. Even if you have great value to offer people, even if you're fun, kind, or hardworking, it won't matter if you can't deliver it in a clear way that others can receive. So the question now is simple. How does the 3-second rule work? Look, the human brain is wired to judge people and things very quickly. That's why, in the first 3 seconds of meeting someone new, they're already judging your appearance, your posture, your eye contact, and even your body movements. This is where your role comes in, to take control of that first impression and use it to your advantage. But why is this even important in the first place? Because once someone forms a first impression of you, it becomes very hard to change, even if they see evidence later that contradicts it. This is a well-known concept in the psychology of perception. People rarely change their initial judgment of someone. Let me give you an example. Imagine you walk into a business meeting for the first time, standing in a sluggish way, avoiding eye contact, with no smile on your face. What impression will people get? Most likely they'll think you're weak, hesitant, and lacking in confidence. That alone is enough to make you lose respect, and therefore lose out on money and opportunities that could have been yours if you knew how to play the game right. Now, on the other hand, if you walk in with a straight posture, strong eye contact, and a slight smile, they'll instantly feel like you're someone of value, someone worth paying attention to, someone with something important to say. And that's the difference between someone chasing opportunities and someone having opportunities knock on their door. But the question is, how do you build presence and respect in the first 3 seconds? Look, the topic can be complex, so I've simplified it into 5 key steps you need to follow. First, posture. Your back should be straight, shoulders relaxed but slightly lifted. In short, a comfortable posture. If you're sitting, don't slouch too far forward or lean too far back. Maintain a balanced position because it reflects your self-confidence. 2. Eye contact. Don't keep your eyes on the ground or shift your gaze around when someone looks at you. Keep your eyes steady, your gaze confident, but not arrogant. At the same time, don't overdo direct eye contact so you don't come off as aggressive. Here's a pro tip. If someone is looking at you a lot and maintaining strong eye contact, do the same. But if they're not giving much eye contact, also follow their lead. This makes people feel that you understand them and aren't being annoying. The light smile. Your smile doesn't have to be wide or fake, but don't keep a stiff face either. Just a slight smile gives off the impression that you're positive and approachable. A light smile also helps break any tension when meeting someone new. Movement speed. Don't move too fast and randomly like you're anxious, nor too slow like you're hesitant. Keep your movements natural but deliberate. In other words, with a purpose. 5. Breathing yes. Exactly as you heard, your breathing makes a difference. Regular breathing is what determines whether you'll feel anxious or not. Notice, people with charisma always speak calmly. That's because their breathing is regulated. Let me give you examples you can apply in your daily life. Example 1. Job interview. Before you walk in, take a deep breath, straighten your back, and walk in at a relaxed pace, with no emotion on your face. But once you make eye contact with the interviewer, draw a simple smile, shake hands firmly, then sit down and begin. Example 2. Social gathering. When you meet someone new for the first time, hold eye contact for a few seconds with a light smile. Then shake hands and start the conversation. Now that we understand why first impressions matter and how the brain judges us in a matter of seconds, It's time to learn how to use body language to instantly earn respect and appreciation. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever seen someone walk into a room and all eyes turn to them, even without them saying a word? This happens because of the power of silence combined with strong body language. This is achieved through several factors. 1. Space. A confident person doesn't try to shrink themselves. They take their natural space comfortably. When you sit, don't fold your arms or try to make yourself smaller. Instead, lift your shoulders, place your hands naturally on the table or beside you, and stay comfortable. When you stand, don't cross your arms or keep them in your pockets all the time. Try to maintain a more open posture. Here's a practical exercise. Stand in front of a mirror and compare your usual posture to one where your back is straight, arms relaxed at your sides, and shoulders lifted slightly. You'll notice a clear difference, and so will others, who will treat you accordingly. 2. Walking with confidence. Your walk alone reveals more about you than you think. A confident person walks with steady steps, not too fast like they're nervous, and not too slow like they're hesitant. How to apply it? Walk at a pace you're comfortable with, not placing your next step too close or too far from the last. Second, don't overdo hand movements. Let them move naturally without being stiff, but also don't exaggerate. And most importantly, keep your head up and your eyes forward, not on the ground. Here's another practical exercise. Next time you're in a public place, watch how people walk and notice how it affects your impression of them. Then practice walking in the best way possible to show that you're composed and have a strong presence. Now that you know the importance of the first 3 seconds in making a strong impression, it's time to dive deeper and learn how to use this in different areas of life. Using the rule in meetings and negotiations. When you walk into a meeting or a negotiation, the first 3 seconds determine how people will perceive you and how the negotiation will unfold. So, how do you apply it? When entering the room, don't rush to sit or start talking. Give yourself a few seconds to scan the room with your eyes before you move toward your chosen seat. This kind of movement shows people that you're not rushed or anxious, and it really makes a difference. Also, before responding to an important question, pause for a few seconds. This gives the impression that you're thoughtful and that your words aren't meaningless, and that alone increases people's respect for you. Using the rule with arrogant people. Sometimes you'll face people who try to provoke you or assert dominance over you through words. In these situations, the 3-second rule is a powerful weapon to turn things in your favor. How to apply it? If someone interrupts you or tries to belittle you, don't respond immediately. Pause for 3 seconds. Look at them calmly, then respond with a steady and confident voice. That will make them feel like their words have no effect and you flip the situation on them. Or, if you hear a provocative comment, don't react. Once again, pause for 3 seconds, smile lightly, and then respond calmly. This makes them feel like you're unshakable and that they have no power over you. Try it next time and come back to tell me how it worked for you. Using the rule in public speaking. One of the most nerve-wracking situations is standing in front of an audience and speaking confidently, without anxiety. But again, the 3-second rule helps you control the situation. How to apply it? Before you start talking, take a deep breath, pause for 3 seconds, let your eyes scan the audience, and then begin. This gives people the impression that what you're about to say has real value. Also, when you reach a powerful point during your speech, pause for 3 seconds before continuing. This makes people instinctively realize you're about to say something important, and they'll pay closer attention. At first, this might feel difficult, but trust me, with enough practice, all of these things will become second nature. You might think doing all this makes you fake, or not acting like your true self, but that's absolutely not true. Practicing these things isn't faking. It's like going to the gym to build your body. When we practice these things, we're not pretending, we're strengthening our communication skills. And over time, it'll all become natural and automatic for you. So push yourself and strengthen your communication skills, because they'll drastically improve your life, whether in work, friendships, relationships, or even your own mental well-being.